Hello, I'm Andy from Salisbury Wood. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing here in terms of the replanting of the woodland to not only act as a nice sustainable source of good quality timber, but also to enhance the biodiversity of the site as well. By opening up areas, it lets in the light. You get a lot of plants that have been suppressed over the years with a very close canopy, and they just get going, along with all the small seedlings of well, mostly ash here, trying to regenerate. The wildlife loves it. The brambles come, the butterflies come, and it makes for a very good habitat for wildlife that goes hand in hand with the more densely forested areas. I think it's important to know what you want to achieve, and then you can formulate a plan from there. So in our case here, we're trying to grow timber for use, for production. So we're trying to get nice straight timber. So we're planting fairly close together here to try and force them up a bit. And we will be trimming the lower branches off and maintaining as we go. There's about 70% ash that's just naturally regrown. About 50 years ago it was planted up with a lot of larch, and the ash has just regrown amongst the larch. Also with the ash dieback that has been threatening us, we've been quite keen to get out the sick and dying ash and plant with other species that could in a way replace the ash to keep the area wooded. We've got some chestnut and oak growing up here. The timber that's been extracted, the good quality ash, is going to be used on the courses for chair making and so on. The wood that's not of that quality, we're firewooding on site here. Previous to that, there's been some coppicing going on, and that's where we really like to get ourselves back to. There's some ancient chestnut coppice, hazel as well. So we're trying to get back to that sort of situation. So here's the regeneration of sycamore that we took out this winter. It's trying to come up strongly. We don't really want the sycamore to come back in this case. We're more interested in getting the oak and the chestnut to grow through. Sycamore here is very popular with the squirrels, so we get a lot of squirrels nibbling the bark, and it causes the timber quality of the tree to be poor, and also it can even in some cases kill the trees right off. So we'll keep that suppressed and encourage some of the other species to come through. So here we've got an unprotected coppice stool here. This is some ash that we don't really want to come back. We have deer here, and you can see fairly clearly here the damage done by the deer. So they've been coming through here, browsing this off. If we hadn't protected some of the other coppice stools further up, it would just get eaten away. Where possible, we're not using plastic tree guards by choice, and in this situation we've got a hazel which we wanted to coppice, so cutting it down, letting it regrow for nice straight poles for using for wattle fences, hurdles, that sort of thing. It's not practical to use a tree guard in that situation because you've got lots of multiple stems coming up. So what we've done, we've used brash from the area that we've cleared here. So in this area we've got a mixture of these hazel coppice stools plus some wild cherry that's growing up that we've been replanting with one or two oaks.
Have you noticed it preventing the deer from getting in and nibbling?
Yes, very much so. Even though they're not particularly high, the deer don't seem to want to get in, maybe for fear of being trapped. But it seems very effective, and as you can see, we've got nice regrowth there. That would be very tasty to a deer wandering through, and this will just gradually rot down, and by the time the hazel's big enough to protect itself, the brash will rot down. It'll actually end up helping fertilise the regrowth of the tree. So it's a bit of a win-win situation, and nice to use the brushwood that comes out the area.